Yo, what up YouTube? Bone Slice coming back at ya. Got another video. As you can see, I got a Rat 1 in front of you guys. It's a great knife. Everybody probably has one in their collection. The price point on the knife is super cheap, about 25, 30 bucks, depending on where you get them. And everybody has them in their collection because they're such a great knife. It goes to show you that a cheap knife, it doesn't always mean that a cheap knife is not quality. Because this is a quality knife, and I carry this thing around all the time, to tell you the truth. It's on my person more than a lot of my other knives. One of the reasons is because I don't mind beating it up, and the other one is because it's actually a good knife, and it's reliable, and I can always count on it. So anyway, I wanted to show you the Rat 1 real quick, and I'm not doing a review on it. You guys all know what a freaking Rat 1 is, Anyway, I did want to say, the scales on this knife are pretty subpar, but, it's standard. They got to cut corners on the price point somewhere, so obviously they chose to cut back on the scales. Instead of making them G10 or aluminum or something, they chose to make them some sort of, I don't really know what the actual material is. It's some sort of polymer or, plastic, obviously. And they come in a few different colors, which is very cool. They come in like OD green and black and coyote brown, and as you can see, I think this color is desert tan or light tan or something like that, which is cool. But the actual scales are pretty slippery, and they're just not the best. And with all these knife pimpers out on YouTube and USN and stuff, I wanted to take my hand at trying out a little bit of a pimp work. So I did choose the Rat 1 because it's a cheaper knife, and I didn't feel like, or I didn't mind screwing it up if the project went terribly south. But also, I chose it because this knife would be, extremely better if it had some, just nice G10 scales. Add a little bit of weight, add a little bit of grip, add a little bit of coolness. Coolness factor is pretty large in my book. So, anyway, here's what the knife looked like beforehand, obviously, with the desert tan scales. Standard Rat 1. And here we go. I did some work the other day. Ordered some G10, busted the Dremel out, and tried my pimp hand out, as they say, and did some pimpage on this knife. So here you go, before and after. Boom. So pretty cool looking. This is my first go at pimping a knife, so I give myself a little pat on the back. It's not perfect by any means. It's no Tough Thumb production or, any knife pimper for that matter. There's a ton of them on USN. But anyway, I am pretty satisfied with it, and I'm super stoked on the results of it. So let's get a closer look. As you can see, I ordered some OD green and black layered G10. I believe it was a 3/16 thickness. And, just went to work. Put a little, quote-unquote Anso pattern on there. You can't really tell just because the layered G10, kind of makes it look real busy. But you can see the pattern is there. And I'm actually pretty satisfied on how it turned out. The screws, as you can see, I've never really done this work before, and I didn't, it gave me a little bit of trouble, but as you can see, the countersunk holes are a little bit off. This one in particular got a little bit deeper than the rest. The other ones, not bad at all. Got the clip in there, no problem. Sits nice and flat. I do think I'm actually going to sand this down and try and give it a stone wash. I also want to give the blade a stone wash. Got the lanyard hole in there, as you can see. I like putting little lanyards on the knife. You know, I don't know why. It gives a little extra pimpage, a little extra flair. So here's the other side. Again, I got the countersunk holes pretty decent. They're all pretty good. I think. Yeah, there you go. On the back, there's another deep one. But it is solid. It is secure. It's not going anywhere. You know, I could care less about the depth of these screws. But I'm sure if I do it again, I'll get better. I got better as I went along, and the last few that I did pretty quick, and it was pretty solid. So anyway, like I said, I'm pretty satisfied on how it came out. I didn't really screw up anywhere. You can see it's pretty even all around, nice and even. It didn't really jack it up too bad. I did like a little bit of milling right here for the lock bar to go in. As you can see, the blade still whips open quite nice, but that's what I was talking about right here. You do a little bit milling so the lock bar can go in there. The original scale has just a tiny bit of it on there, so I tried to mimic it. You know, the knife is probably fine without it if you just left this flat, but I figured I'd try my hand at it, and I did go a little bit deeper, as you can see. Probably a little bit deeper than I needed to, but like I said, it works great. Turned out fabulous. The blade wasn't perfectly center when I began the project. It was always a little bit off to the left, and it still is, as you can see, but it is not touching, and it's still very smooth, super smooth. Super quick deployment, and gives it, you know, a ton of extra grip. It actually gave it a few more ounces of weight, so it feels, like I was saying earlier, it feels like a solid knife now. Not quite as cheap, and I don't know. What would you say? Describe these scales at? I don't know. They're just cheap and kind of shitty. So anyway, guys, let me know what you think. I'm definitely gonna try my hand at a few other knives. I got a couple Spydercos and I think I might try it on a Kershaw Skyline. I do enjoy, you know, doing a few things to my knives here and there. You know, stone washing the blade, do something to the scales. I don't know. I get bored with my knives real quick and want to alter their state to try and make them a little bit cooler. Oh yeah, real quick, I do want to mention that I did resharpen this blade, and there you go. Check out the edge on that thing. I bought this Smith's sharpening system, kind of like a Lansky. You know, pretty cheap little deal. You got it from Lowe's the other day. And I gotta say, man, it puts a razor sharp edge on it. I'm gonna make a video about it and show you guys how it works and what kind of edge you can put on a knife, because I know a lot of people are always looking for a decent sharpener. And just a testament to the sharpness of this blade, I was actually walking around the house the other day. It was actually earlier today, and I had this knife. I was flipping it around, threw it in my pocket. The knife wasn't fully closed for some reason, and I actually stuck my hand into my pocket, and guess what my hand found as I entered the pocket? Boom, straight on, freshly sharpened Rat 1 blade. So I sliced my ring finger up pretty good, and it might have actually needed stitches. The camera's not focusing on it right now, but I did just tape it up real tight, and I wound up putting super glue on it. As you can see, it's still on there. and it eventually stopped bleeding, and it'll eventually close up. So, pretty fucking sharp blade, I gotta say. At first I was a little bit pissed, and I was kind of like, you know what, fuck you, Route 1. Why would you do that to me? You know, you're my buddy. Like, you know, fucking, how could you fucking cut me like that? Sorry for my language. But then, you know, I looked at it, and I was like, oh, but you do look so fucking sweet now with these new scales. And you're just doing your job. I made you sharp, so I can't get mad at you for cutting me deep. So anyway, we made up, and, you know, I put it right back in my pocket, and we are getting along fine now. So anyway, just wanted to show you guys these new scales. I did. Let me know what you think. I'll try and, like I said, try my pimp hand out on a few other knives in the future. Gotta order some more G10. But, anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time. Peace.